Hello friends, back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel where we hear amazing stories of our saints. Today, we're going to journey back in time, all the way to ancient Ireland, to learn about a very special saint. Have you ever had a best friend? Someone you share everything with, who helps you be the best person you can be? Well, the saint we're talking about today had one of the most famous best friends in all of Irish history. Her name is Saint Darlugdach, and she was the sole friend of the great Saint Brigid of Kildare. So, who was Darlugdach? Her story is beautifully woven together with Saint Brigid's. In fact, her name is really interesting. In Old Irish, it means daughter of the god Law, which hints at a time in Ireland long before Christianity arrived. Just like her friend Brigid, Darlugdach's story shows how the old ways of Ireland met the new faith of Jesus, creating something unique and wonderful. Darlugdach wasn't just Brigid's friend, she was her student and her most trusted companion. She lived with Brigid at the famous monastery of Kildare, a bustling place of prayer, learning, and charity. Brigid was the abbess, the leader of this amazing community, and Darlugdach was right there by her side, learning everything from her. They shared a very special kind of friendship, one the Irish call an anam, cara. That's a beautiful phrase that means soul friend. An anam, cara is more than just a regular friend. It's a person who understands you deeply. Someone you can tell your biggest secrets and worries to. It's a friend who helps you grow closer to God. They pray with you, support you, and help you on your spiritual journey. Brigid and Darlugdach were true soul friends. They shared their lives, their prayers, their deep love for God. Their friendship was a powerful example for everyone in their community, showing how supporting each other can make our faith even stronger. Now, there's a famous story about Darlugdach that shows just how devoted she was to living a holy life. The old stories tell us that one day, Darlugdach felt a strong temptation of flesh, a thought that she knew would lead her away from the promises she had made to God. She was very upset and didn't know what to do. She wanted to protect her vow to God more than anything. So, in a moment of desperation, she did something truly extraordinary. She saw some burning hot coals from a fire, and she filled her shoes with them. Ouch, can you imagine? The pain was incredible, but she believed this physical pain would help her overcome the temptation she was feeling in her heart. She thought, by fire, I will put out fire. Later, Brigid found out what had happened. Now, you might think Brigid would be angry, but she wasn't. She saw the deep love and commitment in her friend's heart. With great tenderness, Brigid used her own gift of healing, a gift from God, to completely heal Darlugdach's burned feet. She then looked at her soul friend and told her that because of her great sacrifice and love for God, she would be safe from those kinds of temptations forever. This story isn't just about hot coals. It's about the incredible lengths someone will go to for what they believe in, and the healing power of a friend's love and God's grace. The friendship between Darlugdach and Brigid was so deep that when the time came for Brigid to leave this world and go to heaven, Darlugdach was heartbroken. She couldn't imagine life without her mentor and soul friend. Saint Brigid was over 70 years old at that time. She turned to Brigid and said, "Please, let me go with you. I want to die on the same day as you." But Brigid, full of wisdom, knew that Darlugdach still had important work to do. She looked at her friend with love and made a prediction. She said, "No, my dear friend, you will not die today. You will live for exactly 1 more year. You must stay and lead our community. You will become the abbess after me." And that is exactly what happened. After Brigid passed away, Darlugdach stepped into her role as the second Abbess of Kildare. For 1 whole year, she guided the community with the same love, wisdom, and faith that Brigid had taught her. She made sure that Brigid's mission of prayer, learning, and caring for the poor continued. She was a living link to their beloved foundress. Then, just as Brigid had foretold, 1 year later, on the very first anniversary of Brigid's death, Darlugdach passed away peacefully and went to join her soul friend in heaven. This is why Saint Brigid and Saint Darlugdach share the same feast day, February 1st. It's a beautiful reminder of their unbreakable bond, a friendship that even death could not separate. It's as if the church calendar itself is telling us that these two saints belong together forever. After her death, Darlugdach was honored as a saint. Tradition says that she was buried in a special place of honor, right next to Saint Brigid and another important saint, Saint Conleth, at the high altar of the great cathedral in Kildare. This shows just how important she was to the people of Ireland. They wanted their three great saints of Kildare to rest together. But her story didn't just stay in Ireland. As Irish monks and missionaries traveled across Europe, they took the stories of their beloved saints with them. The legacy of Darlugdach spread far and wide. We know that a church in Abernethy, Scotland, was dedicated to her and Brigid. Her name was even known as far away as Freezing in what is now Germany. There she was known by a slightly different name, Darlugdach, but everyone knew she was the holy soul friend of Saint Brigid. It's amazing to think of how her story of faith and friendship traveled across the sea and inspired people in distant lands. As the immediate successor to Saint Brigid and the second Abbess of Kildare, she is venerated as a key figure of the monastic city of Kildare. Due to her famous bond with Brigid as her anam, cara, or soul friend, she is often invoked as a patron of deep spiritual friendship and sacred companionship. So what can we learn from Saint Darlugdach today? Her story is a wonderful lesson for all of us, especially for kids. It teaches us about the incredible power of spiritual friendship. We all need an anam, cara, a soul friend in our lives. This could be a parent, a teacher, or a best friend who helps us learn about God and encourages us to be good and kind. Holiness isn't a journey we have to take all by ourselves. God often gives us friends to walk with us, to lift us up when we're down, and to celebrate with us when we succeed. Darlugdach shows us how to be that kind of friend. She was loyal, supportive, and dedicated. She learned from Brigid, but she also helped Brigid. Friendship made both of them stronger and holier. Darlugdach's story also teaches us about commitment. She was so committed to her promises to God that she was willing to do something very difficult to protect them. While we don't need to put coals in our shoes, we can show our commitment by making good choices every day, by being honest, and by sticking to our promises to God and to others. And finally, her story teaches us about leadership and continuing a legacy. When it was her turn to lead, she didn't try to be exactly like Brigid. Instead, she took everything she had learned from her friend and led the community in her own way, continuing the important work they had started together. Today, the story of Saint Darlugdach and Saint Brigid is sometimes seen as a beautiful example of a deep, sacred, and loving bond between two women in the early Celtic Church. Their story reminds us that love and friendship, in their purest forms, are gifts from God that help us on our path to heaven. So the next time you think about Saint Brigid, remember her faithful companion, her anam, cara, Saint Darlugdach. Remember the girl who became a leader, the friend who became a saint, and the beautiful story of a friendship that has inspired people for over 1,500 years. Let's all try to be a soul friend to someone in our lives. Thank you so much for joining us to learn about the wonderful Saint Darlugdach. If you enjoyed this story, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your soul friends, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing saint stories for kids. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy and hungry for holiness. We'll see you next time, and God bless you always.